Does this movie make you feel guilty about eating chicken pie or what? Chicken Run, directed by Peter Lord and Nick Park, and is the first ever feature-length animated feature from Aardman, the studio that brought you Wallace and Gromit. Also made with DreamWorks and Pathé Pictures, so it's technically considered a DreamWorks movie, but I've always considered it purely a Aardman flick. Chicken Run tells the story of a group of chickens, Ginger, Babs, Bunty, Mac, and a load of others who are trapped behind a barbed fence on a Tweedie's chicken farm and are forced to lay eggs day and night on the pain of death. And as soon as they stop laying, they are literally taken to the chop and roasted for dinner. And time is running out for them as Mrs. Tweedy plots to turn all the chickens into chicken pies, but Ginger sees a way out of there after multiple failed attempts to escape when a American rooster who's on the run from the circus named Rocky comes into their midst, and Ginger believes that he can teach them how to fly over the fence, though this is not quite the case. Rocky does grow closer to Ginger and the chickens, and Ginger's determination to not give up on the dream of finding a better home does get the chickens out in a all-action finale. Yeah, it's literally the Great Escape, just with chickens. Now, this review was most kindly requested by a awesome subscriber and a friend of mine, Kevin. So, Kevin, this review is for you. I hope you enjoy hearing my thoughts on this special movie. And I have been building up my Chicken Run review for years now. I've always had this review planned from the moment I started my YouTube channel, and it's an even more appropriate time to review this movie now, with the sequel being confirmed and will release in 2023, in 2 years from now. When Chicken Run was released, I mean, it took the year 2000 by absolute storm, and it confirmed that Aardman can not only make a feature-length movie, but they can make great non-Wallace and Gromit films, and it still remains the highest-grossing stop-motion movie to date, with $224 million grossed at the box office, and it has not been surpassed 21 years later, and Chicken Run is still a clucking masterpiece. I have watched this movie way too much and know every single line of dialogue. It's is still my second favourite movie from Aardman, I just being below Curse of the Were-Rabbits for me, but it is vastly superior to all their recent movies. I kind of wish Aardman was still working with DreamWorks, to be honest, because after they left DreamWorks, Aardman have gone downhill, in my opinion, with movies like Shaun the Sheep, the movie, and Arthur Christmas and Pirates and Adventurous Scientists are not even holding a candle to Chicken Run. It changed the Academy Awards forever. Aardman was so proud of the movie that they uh, requested the Academy to nominate Chicken Run for Best Picture, but when the Academy were a bunch of chickens and refused to give Chicken Run the nomination, Aardman were outraged and said it was unfair that the Academy did not give the same recognition to animation as they did live action. So the Academy, after that, made the Oscar Best Animated Feature. Without Chicken Run, we would not have that Oscar today. And I just think this movie has the flawless blend of lovable characters, a high stakes, thrilling plots, and a message about staying strong and keep believing no matter what. And it's the most brutally honest movie on animal cruelty I've ever seen, and one of those movies that will make you go vegetarian and be nice to chickens. Only, I mean, movies like Babe and Charlotte's Web have done a similar story. Only this is with only this movie focuses on sympathizing with chickens instead of pigs. And Ginger, she's technically Aardman and DreamWorks' first big female protagonist, and she is a real fighter and believer. Yeah, and even Bunsey tells her the chances of us getting out of here are 1,000,000 to 1, and Ginger responds, "Then there's still a chance." Oh, you go, girl. Yeah, that's that's what you always say to anybody who tries to bring you down. Because you will inevitably get doubters in life when you pursue goals, but you always tell them then there is still a chance. And Babs would be my number one favorite character here. She certainly has the best comedic lines, and especially her obsession with holiday. Morning, Ginger, back from holiday. Is Edwina on holiday? Where does the farmer live? Is he on holiday? This is a lovely holiday. I'd be sad to go back. I mean, yeah, and but her funniest line would have to be after Mrs. Tweedy measures her and she faints into Ginger's arms. All me life flashed before me eyes. It was really boring. Oh gosh, if Babs should be the protagonist of the sequel, please do not waste her in Chicken Run 2. Yeah, and and but Bunsey is the toughest chicken of them all, and she does lighten up towards the end, and Macca being the Scottish scientist of the chickens, and she works with Ginger to plan routes of escape, but and and it's uh, guts bustingly funny when Rocky can't understand a word she's saying. I swear she ain't using real words because he can't read her Scottish accent. Yeah, and though there are there's an entire army of chickens in this movie, but those are the primary four. And as for the two roosters, Rocky, yeah, he is seen as the symbol of hope by Ginger, and at first Rocky just wants her to leave and doesn't want much to do with Ginger or the other chickens, but he does grow to care for them the longer that he spends at the farm, and falls in love with Ginger, especially after saving her life from the pie machine. And when he leaves, it's a it's a really uh, uh, heart wrenching moment. So because he knows that he can't fly, and he cannot bring himself to disappoint Ginger by telling her that. So he forced her to just leave and let Ginger find out that he was just fired out of a cannon for herself. And many have criticised, Doug Walter included, that moment for being a liar revealed scene. Well, I say correction, that is nothing like a liar reveal, and here's why I'm right and you're wrong. Rocky never confessed that he uh, couldn't fly, and he never he was never lying or getting Ginger's hopes up that he could, and Ginger found out herself, so it doesn't count. I mean, people who make that criticism are just making up an excuse to criticize this movie, because there are sadly some who find Chicken Run overpraised, just because it's so successful. And also Fowler would be my personal favourite of the Roosters, as being the oldest character in the movie. He once served in the RAF, the Royal Air Force, and to begin with, he's like, "Oh, that Yank is not to be trusted." But after Rocky rescued Ginger, he realizes he was too hard on Rocky, and accepts him into the group, and in fact, Ginger is inspired by Fowler's tales of his RAF days to build the plane out of chicken coops in the first place. And my granddad especially loved this movie. When he first saw it with me, he called it brilliant. And when they escaped in the plane, that was his favourite part. And Fowler was his favourite character, because my granddad did have a strong connection with the RAF. And Nick and Fletcher, the two rats who are hired by Ginger to steal some things from the Tweedy shed to help them with her escape plans. Yeah, they are delightful comic relief characters, especially their running gag about commanding eggs for pay. And the villains, Mr. and Mrs. Tweedy, two of the best and darkest Aardman villains, period. I mean, this couple literally murder chickens. If the chickens fail to produce any if the chickens fail to produce any more eggs, and the movie does not sugarcoat the scenes of chicken abuse whatsoever. I really think Aardman have gone way too light-hearted now, and they don't make movies when they weren't afraid to just go dark anymore. Though Mrs. Tweedy does want to revolutionise the Tweedy farm, as she grows tired of just collecting eggs and wants to go bigger and make more profit by bringing in a pie machine to make her own homemade chicken pies. And she leaves out Mr. Tweedy and just puts Mrs. in the title. And though she does reveal her true savage nature at the end, just like a Disney villain, when she tries to climb onto the plane with her axe in hand to finish the chickens off for herself. And her final confrontation with Ginger is just too epic for words. And then when, in the moment where you think she has beheaded Ginger, you just scream at the top of your lungs, "No!" But then Ginger reveals that she only pretended to get her head cut off, and Mrs. Tweedy unintentionally cut the line. Ginger lets it go, and she's like, "Bye bye." Yeah, this movie perfectly blends, laughs and drama together, unlike Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, which did a weak job of that. And Mr. Tweedy, is he's just as bad as his wife. I mean, he even though he's happy just staying an egg farmer, as but he still is just as cruel to them, and he tries to tell his wife that the chickens are organized, but she won't have any of it. But in the end, he is proven right, and he's like, "I told you they were organized. If only you'd listen to me, love." I mean, you can tell this movie takes place in a older time, as they literally have no security cameras as evidence to back up Mr. Tweedy's points, and the uh, voice caster from Miranda Richardson as Mrs. Tweedy, Mel Gibson as Rocky, and Imelda Staunton as Bunty, and Timothy Spall as Nick. They all do a excellent job. Guess it. And what's just as excellent is the animation. I mean, this. I mean, the animators at Aardman put their backs into it day and night to make the stop motion animation look as impressive as it does, and they only shot 3 seconds of footage a day, and they had a scale problem with the characters. The humans had to be huge, and the chickens needed to be this tall. So this movie required the largest, some of the largest stop motion character models and sets ever built. And not only is there way more plot to Chicken Run than Aardman's previous short flicks, but the action scenes are on a whole other level in this movie. And I mean, Aardman were like, that's a train chase in the wrong trousers, and that's and when Gromit gets in the plane in a close shave, they are all small fry. Just so you wait, we have bigger fish to fry in Chicken Run, from the opening attempt of escape to the pie machine action scene to the freaking awesome finale where they fly off in the plane. I mean, it's still it's action. It's an action that's even Kubo and the Two Strings did not top, in my opinion. And the soundtrack by John Fowler also rocks my socks off. I also love the inclusion of songs like "Hip Hop Fly" to "The Wanderer," "Arom Aram Aram." It still remains one of the most perfect stop motion animated movies of all time, and is in my top 5 best movies of 2000, along with Gladiator, The Emperor's New Groove, and Dinosaur, and the ending where they're on that bird sanctuary, and then the end titles come up. You thought that was the end at the time, but now that ending is saying "See you in 2023."
I give Chicken Run 5 stars out of 5. Best movie ever.
So yeah, I wish the sequel the best of luck when it's released in 2 years' time. I highly doubt that it will be anywhere near as good as the original Chicken Run, but. Uh, but Aardman may surprise us, so you just don't know. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Chicken Run? And are you hyped for the sequel? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.